Hello and welcome to another day of Solaris' Summer of Love. I am your host, MC Solaris, paranormal romance author of the Orion's Order series. And I'm so excited to be here today to continue this, to continue this conversation all about love. And this whole week we've been exploring love and all of its different aspects of love. So one of the things about love is that it's a multifaceted thing and that there's many aspects to love. And so this whole week we've been kind of exploring and tasting and getting little glimpses into these different aspects of love. And today's no different. We're going to be doing the same thing today. And also throughout this whole week of Solaris' Summer of Love, this event is, well, if you guys don't know this about me, I'm a romance author, and so this is all the stories I write are obviously all about romance and love. And so the way that love has woven its aspects into these stories, I also wanted to give you guys a behind-the-scenes glimpse into these different aspects and influences and inspirations of love that made their way into the stories and these characters. So that's why I'm so excited to be here today and to be here with someone who I consider a friend and someone who I met during one of our shared passions, which is dance. And it's dance in more of a body-led type of dance, a sort of organic movement. And this amazing woman here with us today is a part of a crew of teachers and, frankly, badass boss ladies who've gone together and formed and brought this thing called House of Embodiment. It's a dance studio into life and into these lives of everyone. And so at the House of Embodiment, it's a place where you can explore a more organic and body-led kind of dance movement and empowering and healing, and quite frankly, I think it's a total sacred practice as well. And so we'll get more into that in a little bit. But without further ado, I'd like you to please meet AnneBodhi.
Hi everyone.
And AnneBodhi is, again, with the House of Embodiment. And she's one of the owners and founders and teachers of House of Embodiment, and where they believe that everyone is a king and queen, and they already are equipped with everything that they need to live their fiercest life, and it's right there inside of them. And that they believe that everyone is a powerful being who needs zero permission to be wild and live boldly in their authentic bodies, no matter the background, the color, gender identity, or sexual orientation. Everyone is welcome at the House of Embodiment. And so today, AnneBodhi is going to gift us with a little taste of this wild and bold and unapologetic type of dance that they teach and empower others, and really to help others tap into this aspect of love within themselves. And so, welcome, AnneBodhi. That was quite an introduction, sorry. Welcome. Thank you for being here and for doing this and for sharing this with everyone. And before we got started, I thought we could kind of kick this off with a little discussion about how this particular thing, this aspect of love that you guys teach, this type of body-led movement, wove its way into the stories I write. And we can kind of chat a little bit about a little bit about it. Okay, cool. So let's see. So if you've read the Orion's Order series, you'll know that yoga and dance wove its way into these stories, and in particular, one of the heroines, her name is Kina Oliver. She's a mind and spirit healer, and so she actually incorporates into her practice. She incorporates body-led movement and yoga and dance, not only with herself, but she's also a healer. That's her, this is a paranormal fantasy world. And so her abilities are with spirit medicine and also attuned to emotions. And so she actually helps others, and you'll see that through herself and through her story. We get to see glimpses of her helping others with moving emotions and moving and really healing through a movement and a dance practice. And so I know some of you guys who have read the stories really resonated and really liked particularly one scene of Kina's where she actually dances for her love interest. And it's really an emotional experience, and she guides us through her experience. And anyways, I won't give too much into that because I don't want to give any spoilers for you guys. So if you haven't read the stories, but I know you guys have liked that, and so that's why I'm like super excited to be here with AnneBodhi, because she's going to give you an opportunity to bring this sort of aspect of the stories from the page into reality. And I know we don't get a lot of opportunities to even do that in our life, right? Like a lot of us are bookworms, and we like to dive into books and read these stories. And so it's I feel like it's a really cool opportunity, and I'm so honored and happy that you're here today to gift us with this possibility, like I said, to bring this aspect of the story into real life and into your body, and to kind of see what it feels like. And again, this whole event is all about love, so to invite more love into our lives. So let's see, AnneBodhi is going to put on a couple songs and just guide us through a little bit of movement of love, right? Did you want to kind of, share a little bit about how this movement practice?
Well, basically, we're really good about giving others love, about feeding others and nurturing and taking care of others and providing for others. How often do we take time just for ourselves, for the betterment of ourselves? So here at the House of Embodiment, we do that. We let go of the outside world so that we can focus on our inner workings and really rediscover what we want just for ourselves. So we come here to fill up and let go of everything else and tap into our own pleasure in our body. So I'll give you a little bit about that, but and it's also we're learning about how to, like you said, express ourselves through movements. And a lot of times words don't do the justice of what we feel inside. So here we're awakening this language so that we can speak with our bodies, so that we can communicate with our bodies. But today we're just going to be dipping our toes into slow, sensual movement, because first you have to communicate with yourself before you express yourself.
I love that. And it really is, it's like tuning into the emotions, not only within our mind, but also kind of our bodies, right? Like our bodies have these certain emotions and how we're feeling and things that come up when just in your day-to-day life. And so I love that this is what you guys do. And also this morning when I was thinking about coming here and sharing this with everyone, I was thinking of this aspect of self-love. Like self-love it's kind of like a buzzword these days, right? But if we think about it in this aspect, it's really loving yourself and loving your body exactly as you are. Exactly as you are. All the valleys and the curves and the hills and the whatever. And so this practice, this is what you guys do, and I think it's so powerful because there's not a lot of opportunity. I think everyone talks about self-love and self-care and loving yourself, but you guys actually give an opportunity to take that concept and put it into this tangible practice and put it into our bodies and be like, yes, I actually do love myself. I love my arm, even though it has this weird patch on it or what, I don't know, whatever,
It's like no need to fall in love, just be in love with your smell, your touch, your everything. We don't come here to look pretty and move perfectly through these movements. We just come here to feel good in our own bodies.
Yes, and at the end of the day, that's like and that's why this practice really resonated with me. So like for those of you who don't know, I have a background in dance. Both my parents were professional dancers, and so my family is like a huge dancing family. Like everyone in my family's dances, and so I actually branched off into this type of movement, and really what resonated for me was because I have like a strict background, and I also did a lot of ballet, and it's very strict. And so I love that this was like just what feels good to you and what you're feeling in the moment. And it's not so like, well, don't do that if it doesn't feel good to you.
Absolutely. And in regards to that is everyone has body issues. Everyone's working through different things. So we give you the foundation for you to take that and make it your own.
I love that, and it's honoring where you're at. And even today, like I was even hesitating coming here and doing this and kind of sharing this because I don't know if you guys know that, I think I've shared a little bit about this, but I'm healing through an old sports injury that I re-injured a few months ago, and so I haven't been able to move and dance. And so one of the things that's great about this type of practice is like it meets you where you're at. You do whatever you feel, whatever feels good to you. And this is something, again, that's wove its way into the stories. And so with Kina in particular, the mind and spirit healer, the heroine in the second story, she really meets the characters where they're at, wherever they're healing with. And in fact, and we've talked about this in a few of my other lives with some of the other readers, they like that the hero actually starts doing yoga because he wants to like be around the heroine more. And like, so she actually meets him where he's at in his own practice. For someone who's like a big, think of like he doesn't play football, but think of like a big 7 foot tall, like beefy football guy. Like yoga is going to be a totally different experience than someone who's been doing it forever, you know, and for someone who's smaller in stature. So I love that this practice can just really meet you where you're at. And anyways, I'm so excited to be here and to hopefully you guys can get a chance to experience what this is like. Oh, hey, Susan. Suzanne, I see that you, whoops, I'm pushing things here, sorry. I don't know, you guys know I'm still kind of new. Hey Suzanne, how's it going? I'm so happy you're here. Okay, and so what time is it for you, by the way? Yeah, let me know. Anyways, she's in another part of the world.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna just readjust here, sorry.
Take care of your body. How do you hold space for you today? That's for everyone else. Like, how do you hold space for you today? Like, what do you need?
Exactly. Okay, so let me think. Is there anything else we wanted to kind of talk about, like before we dive into like a couple of the 20 past 7? Okay, so it's 7:20. Is that in the morning or evening? I'm guessing evening. But we'll see. So, Suzanne, you're in, you're in Germany, right? I think you're in Germany? Not Austria. I was going to say Austria, but that's not right. In the evening. Anywho, I'm curious. Yes, Germany. So I'm curious how this all goes. With everyone and how you guys feel. And so anyway, sorry, that's what I was saying. Is there, I'm a little scatterbrained. You guys, this is like day 5 of me doing videos and being with people. And you know that I am not a trained actress or someone who's in front of the camera all the time. So this has been a super experience of like growth and boundaries and things that we even teach in dance movement too.
Authentically you. You're one of a kind.
Thank you. Right back at you. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah. So for those of you who are watching the replay, or if you're here with us, Suzanne, I think we could do you have any, like, before we get started, do you have any, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Kind of like what to expect?
Yeah, what to expect.
We're going to move really slow. We are going to connect to our sensuality, and we're just going to let our bodies take over. It's not about doing anything specific. It's just about finding and seeking pleasure in your body just for yourself. So I got you. We're going to take it nice and easy. We're just dipping our toes in this magical language of your body. So just enjoy the ride. I'm going to put on some music. I invite everyone to have a seat, settle down, maybe dim the lighting, and just get a little comfortable in your own body. I invite both of us to like take a step back, and I am going to play some music. I invite everyone to find a cross-legged sit if that feels good in your body. Some bodies need to open up their legs, and that's totally fine too. You can do the same movements. I'm gonna put on some flows for us, and I'll be right back. But just connect to your breath. Step 1.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just looking, sorry, I see another comment.
Oh, you did.
So I hope you enjoyed and just getting comfortable in your body. And AnneBodhi's going to turn on some music for us.
Settle in. If it feels good to close your eyes, I invite you to close your eyes. And without forcing anything, just feel that breath. As you inhale, it fills your body up. And you exhale, let it melt you into this moment, feeling the weight of your body. If it feels good, begin to take a gentle roll of your head, feeling how that stretch moves to the back of your neck, into your shoulder blades. Take another breath and push the other way. Letting your hands begin to move over the curves of your knees, waking up through your sensuality. Just what do you feel right now? Take a nice, sweet, yummy inhale. Maybe let your body expand up. Exhale, your shoulders mount. Maybe they roll. Rocking forward and back, but be gentle. Connect to your breath. Take an inhale. Begin to stretch your chest forward, nice and slow. And then exhale. Begin to create a curve through your spine, reaching back. Maybe squeezing your core, and feel this ripple up and down. Letting your movement get a little bigger as your body craves the stretch. Let it feel good. There's no need to overextend anything right now. Yeah. And then I invite you to begin to circle around through your rib cage, reaching forward, pushing over to one side, be gentle. Rounding back. Oh, maybe you feel a pull, a crack. Bring it into that space and continue that slow movement around. Oh, yes. Feeling maybe your clothing, how it wraps around your body. If your hair is down, maybe you feel a little connection, a tickle against your cheek. And as you reach forward, there's absolutely no rush. Squeeze your belly and push the other way. Stay connected to your breath, to your sensuality. Letting everything slow down. And if it feels good to dive into a deeper stretch, as your ribcage pushes over towards your left side, I invite you to allow your eyelids to flutter open and watch as your hand just melts off the curve of your thigh, placing her down behind you. You're going to take an inhale, opening up your chest, reaching your other arm away into a yummy stretch that feels good, awakening, enlivening your body through your movements. And then take an exhale, let your head hang a little heavy, let your here, feeling the power of this pose. Arch your back. And then begin to push the opposite way, taking your time. Notice how it feels as you stretch over to one side. And in your exhale, just pour out with your mouth. Your hands sweep across the floor. Over to your opposite side. Opening up your body. Just breathe and just feel. Just experience this moment that's one of a kind. Keep letting go of everything else and just focus on your own inner workings. Squeeze your core, let your upper body rise. Maybe just feel this ripple, letting your head roll. Let it move into your shoulders, your chest, your spine. And if it feels good to take a rise with us and tap into a little bit more of your entire body moving and swirling and awakening into your world, I invite you to begin to allow your knees to lift. Letting your knees connect, your ankles touch, and drop over to one side. Begin to take a roll onto your hands and knees. Be gentle with your body. And lift your hips up. Pushing into your left hip. Let your right knee rise. Dig your toes down or the other side. Remember, this is what feels good in your body. What do you need? Take a little deep dive into this movement, into a squat. And option one is maybe let your booty rise and round up your spine. That feels good. If you want to add a little bit more flair, a little bit more curves to your movement, maybe allow your booty to rise. Let your hands just feel the shape of your legs as you arch your back and lift up from your head, your neck, your chest first. I invite you to take a little wider stance. Push your hips over to one side, rounding back, over to your opposite side. Really bend your knees and push forward. And remember, don't take it too big at first. My hands naturally want to touch my body. If you're connecting to the earth beneath you, that love, that energy of love that's always there. Maybe allowing your hands to push into your heart space. Maybe you feel that connection a little deeper just from this light movement that we did. Maybe you feel the pounding of your heart in the palm of your hand. Maybe you feel your own energy, your own heat. Now take a big inhale, fill up your lungs, your belly. Exhale. Let it go. Again, sweet inhale just for yourself, filled with self-love. Exhale. Maybe do a little shake, a little roll, a little shake of your head, shake of your hands. It's all about like livening every part of your body, head to toe.
Thank you so much. I love that. I'm not sure. I'm going to scoot closer so I can kind of see comments and stuff. Yeah, so thank you so much for letting us kind of experience that and for sharing that with everyone. And so, again, just to recap, this is an aspect of one of the characters in what she teaches. And so I'm so excited to kind of like give you guys a little taste into something that is on the pages in these stories and bring it into reality and let you guys kind of experience it. And I know, yeah, she's probably going to turn off the music, but it's like something I love about when books become movies is that it kind of brings it into more of a physical reality and more of like a visual reality. And so this, hopefully, I hope this helps you guys when you're visualizing the story and when you're reading it, and it allows you to like bring it into your body and kind of like see what is going on. Sorry, I'm getting messages as we're here. So anyways, I am just so excited. Thank you so much for sharing that, and I would really love to see what you guys think of this. It's kind of a little bit of a different experience. Have you guys ever done any kinds of dance movement that really invokes emotions and really evolves emotions? I'd be curious to hear about that and see what you think. And so for these kinds of classes that you guys teach all different kinds of levels, all different kinds of bodies. Some incorporate, I don't know if you guys can see, but some incorporate pole, just like the character does, and some don't. And so some get a little bit more like flirty and fun and all the things, and some is just more of like an emotional journey.
It's all about taking ownership of your body just for yourself. Like when we awaken our eroticism and our sexuality, it's not for anyone else. It's filling up us first. Yep. And then we can go out into the world and do whatever.
Exactly. Fill your cup up first. Like we were talking about self-love earlier. And so it's about filling yourself up first. And that's absolutely a part of what Kina teaches too, is like honoring where you're at and honoring where your body is. So filling yourself up first. It's a first for me. Oh, yay. I hope you guys like see aspects of dance and that they're just like love, how we were kind of talking in the beginning, that love is like a multifaceted being, if you will, kind of has a mind of its own. And so dance, when I say the word dance, I'd be curious, what do you guys think of? What's like the thing that pops into your head? It probably wasn't this. It probably wasn't, but this is an aspect of dance. And when I say yoga, what comes into your mind is probably people doing like strict movements on the mat. And I would say this is a form of yoga, maybe I'm going to get some interesting messages about comparing this, but a huge thing of yoga is
breath to movement.
is breath to movement. It's not necessarily the prettiest pose or the more intricate pose or the stronger whatever. It's not necessarily about that. And so this is to me, this is an aspect of yoga, absolutely. This mind, body, and spirit kind of connection and movement through that.
You just take yoga and swirl it around a little bit more.
Yeah, yoga can be a little bit more strict and stringent, not necessarily, but in my practice, in my experience, sometimes it can be that, but it also can be this huge, it's like an iceberg. There's so much, when you say the word yoga, there's so much more to the word yoga. Just like dance and love, there's so much more to the word love and yoga and dance than there is this little tiny glimpse that you get to see.
Because it ripples into your day-to-day life. Like the magic that you create here, the movements you do here, you'll find it outside in the world. Full body expression.
Absolutely. It's and Kina says dancing is a part of her therapy, and so that's absolutely the magic that goes on here, the magic that goes on in the house. Is a lot of people, we joke around here, a lot of the students joke like this is our therapy time, and it's true. And so I hope this is an interesting and fun and aspect of love that you guys haven't even thought of before. And so when you read these stories, and I hope that you can kind of have a little bit of a visual of these yoga classes and these classes that Kina teaches. Granted, she does teach like a more she doesn't always teach it so sensually, but there are different classes, right? Like the class that I'm particularly thinking of in the very beginning, when Riker, the hero, teaches or takes her class, it's not going to be this very like sensual and feminine, for lack of a better term, like a more feminine type of movement. So, anyways. Yay. Was there any other like parting thoughts, or did you have any?
If you want to see more, experience more of this, we're located in Orange County. Look us up at houseofembodiment.com. Reach out and come. Let everything go and unwind and undulate and have fun.
Yay! And then I think you guys also have like a couple virtual classes.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
So for those of you who are like wanting to like, across the world and in other places other than Southern California, if you wanted to get a little bit more as to what this is all about and experience a little bit more, you can check out their houseofembodiment.com and look at their virtual classes.
HAUS, house.
Yeah, and I'll drop that in the when I post the video at the end. I'll drop the spelling, so HAUS of embodiment.com. Okay, so I think that's it. Did you have anything else?
No, thank you for tapping into our world.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you everyone for joining, whether you're here live or on the replay. Let us, again, drop a comment. Let us know what you guys thought. Was this totally like out there for you? Just very curious. And I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed. And then I will be going live again in a couple hours. Check out the schedule at the link in the bio. And tomorrow, I think, is the last day of Solaris' Summer of Love. So anyways, yay! Thank you. Okay, bye.